Falling in love is the insanity of the soul. Anyone who has ever fallen in love knows that it's one of the most intense experiences that a human being can have. More often than not, logic and reason are thrown overboard because the person of our desire seems to have enchanted every cell in our body. And there's nothing we want more than to be with that person. It's dangerous, exciting, crazy, unpredictable, and when we're truly affected by it, completely out of control. Philosophers throughout the ages have been fascinated by this phenomenon. In this video, I'll explore a few philosophical ideas regarding falling in love and the differences between preferential and non-preferential love. Søren Kierkegaard was a Danish philosopher from the 19th century. During his studies at the University of Copenhagen, he met the 9 years younger Regine Olsen. He fell head over heels in love with her, and this feeling was mutual. But for Kierkegaard, this event seemed tragic rather than beautiful. Kierkegaard distinguished different types of love. Passionate preferential love he regarded as just another form of self-love. Because this type of love says more about what we are attracted to and how the object of our desire can gratify our needs, instead of what we can actually give without expecting something in return. When we fall in love with someone, isn't it so that we're attracted to this person because he or she has the ability to evoke a sense of pleasure in ourselves, and that this pleasure is more about how this particular human being makes us feel than the human being itself? As opposed to preferential love, Kierkegaard distinguished what he called non-preferential love, which is not fueled by passion, non-erotic and not selfish. Instead, it seems to come from a place of equanimity and can be given away endlessly, as it is a boundless source that we all have access to. He described this kind of love as the love we have for our neighbor, no matter who this person happens to be, instead of someone of our preference. As he explains, and I quote, "Neighbor presses as closely as possible upon the selfishness in life. If there are only two men, the other man is the neighbor. If there are millions, each one of these is the neighbor, who is again closer to one than the friend or the beloved, insofar as those, as being the objects of preferential love, gradually become analogous to the self-love in one." End quote. Because Kierkegaard saw through the veil of passion, he knew that the intense love between him and Regine was not sustainable and would eventually fade away. A year after they engaged, he broke the engagement. He wept and grieved, but accepted his self-imposed destiny as a solitary writer and remained emotionally faithful to Regine. Regine, however, married another man, but never completely let go of Søren. At least, so they say. The beauty of this is that by breaking the engagement, Kierkegaard immortalized his deep love for Olsen, as she remained very influential and almost became a mythological archetype throughout his life. Kierkegaard's preferential love comes with strong attachments and is, when aimed at a lover, drenched with lust. In its insanity, it produces a chaotic explosion of contradicting emotions, from great longing to extreme anger and jealousy. Why in the world should we pursue something that can change from affection to hate at the flip of a switch? Is this true love? Or is it a curse? Is it a manifestation of inner madness that's been elevated to the domain of the sacred? When we